that.
Okay.
We are Clueless and we will be performing Gone with the Wind by Margie Palatini. I'm Cassandra, going to be playing Cat.
I'm Dylan, I'm playing Cat.
I'm Katie and I'm playing Bernice.
I'm Sophie and I'm playing Edith.
I'm Jay and I'm playing a cat.
I'm Olivia and I'm playing the mouse.
Scene 1. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, long, long ago.
To be actual and completely factual, this little fairy's tale began 3 months ago last Thursday.
If yours truly, Tooth Fairy's second class, Edith B. Cuspid, hadn't seen it with my very own two peepers, I wouldn't have believed it myself.
But there she was, alright.
Yes, my dears, Bernice Sparklestein, once the best fairy godmother in the entire universe and beyond, was having a bad wand day.
A very bad one day.
She wasn't even having luck stirring up a little tea for two.
Perhaps you dipped when you should have dunked.
I'm Kapoofsky is what I am. Edith, I think my wand's gone.
Edith being stuck on her crumpet.
What? Bernice Sparklestein gone with the wand? Rubbish.
Well, her work was legendary. The stuff stories were made out of.
And she had the pictures to prove it.
Gone with the wand? Utter nonsense. I told Bernice to just get out there and give that wand another whirl.
Shoulders back, feet forward, the big wind up. Oops, well, perhaps she was even rustier than we all imagined.
Frankly, it looked like Bernice didn't even have enough bibbity in her bobbity boo for one more pumpkin.
Those glory fire-breathing dragon days were over, all right. The last really big job Bernice had was that girl with the glass slipper.
And the girl lived happily ever after.
And Bernice never heard a word from her again.
Not even a Christmas card.
I should have gone into your line of work, Edith. Tooth fairies are always busy.
I know, everyone thinks the nightlife is glamorous, but all that tippy-toeing is not easy on the feet, I can tell you. Why, just get a look at this bunion.
I don't think I could handle that sort of work, Edith. Whatever am I going to do now?
A very good question.
Of course, barely passing her wisdom tooth test herself, it was not one that Edith could answer on such short notice.
But then, don't you know, suddenly a decidedly divine idea popped into the old cranium.
Edith had her share of ferret experience before landing in the tooth business.
Dozens and dozens.
Well, just eons of doing this or that.
Her closets and trunks were filled with old uniforms and folderol. Perhaps maybe Bernice could try some on to see if any fit her fantasy.
We winged it right over to my place.
Scene 2, Edith's place.
Very dusty, positively charming. You know, Bernice, everyone can use a little magic sprinkle now and then.
Bernice tried on her apron and headed up and away.
She was back in 10 minutes.
I think I'm allergic to dust.
I handed her a hanky and we went back to the closet.
Choo!
Oh, now, here's a simply spectacular sparkler. Snow Fairy. Creating snowflakes is so creative, my dear.
Fancy schmancy, too.
Bernice got ready for takeoff number 2 and she headed up and away.
She was back in 10 minutes.
My wings iced up over buffalo.
We brushed off the flakes and went back to the closet. Aha! Oh my, yes, this sugar plum look is totally marvelous.
Besides, who can resist a candy gram?
I can tell you from experience, everyone's got a sweet tooth. So ta-ta and toodaloo.
Bernice headed out and up.
She was back in 5 hours and 10 minutes and bursting out her sugar plums.
I hate the merchandise.
My dears, it was not pretty.
I'm a failure.
Oh pooh, so you're not a duster, flaker, or big with the bonbons. Don't you worry, we'll find a job that's perfect for you yet.
Really?
But of course, absolutely, yeah, count on it.
She did.
Truthfully, what does a fairy godmother do when she loses her wand?
Who gives a wish to a wishmaker? Scene 3. The plan. Yes, Edith was only a plain old ordinary pillow tooth plucker.
But she knew she had to think of something to help her best friend.
And fast.
She thought and pondered and pondered and thought.
And then she just pondered.
I pondered so much, I was pooped.
Before she knew it, Edith had pondered off 40 wings. And then...
Aha!
I woke up with a snort and a bit of embarrassing shin drool and late for work.
But
with one wonderful dream of a plan.
Even if I do say so myself.
Step 1.
the wake-up call.
Bernice, wake up. I need your help tonight with the tooth picking. Do you mind?
Huh?
Check.
Step 2. Let the hissing begin.
The child's untucked.
Indeed, Bernice, I see it every night. Arms poking out from covers here and toes sticking out from blankets there.
Double check.
Step 3. More toes, more tisking.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Triple check.
By the time my shift ended, Bernice was extremely perturbed.
And her tongue very tired from all that tisking.
My plan could not have been working better.
Edith, don't moms and dads do bedtime taking anymore?
Well, of course they do, but after all, kids will be kids. They wiggle, squirm, get untucked, and little tootsies get chilled.
The top week of crying.
Mom, Dad, lose sleep.
The Sandman is off schedule.
And I'm working overtime.
It's a serious problem, alright.
Oh my. Can't something be done?
Step
Step
4.
four.
Little Edith
be
beat
custard,
magic of her own.
Not to mention her superb acting.
Yes, if only someone somewhere had the answer to this terrible untucking situation. But who? What? How?
Bernice began thinking.
There was a glint in her glitter.
A flick in her flutter.
The Sparkle and Sparkles team was making a comeback.
Check, check, check.
Scene 4, happy endings. The next morning, over a cup of cocoa, Bernice was all aflutter.
Edith, I've been thinking. What is needed here is a good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, fairy godmother. Someone to make sure children get an extra bedtime tuck.
What an absolutely incredibly marvelous idea. But wait,
That was no job for an ordinary, everyday wand waver.
who can we ever get to do it?
Bernice Grin.
Edith, my first class friend, I've been thinking who you've been thinking. Me.
And there you have it, my dears. Like the story always goes,
We all lived happily ever after.
But I bet you already knew that, didn't you?
The end.